New Year just a few hours away, and many people will drink in 2025 and maybe drink too much, too many of those champagne toasts tonight. But what legally counts as too drunk to drive? Depending on where you are, the legal limits can vary. And what does the type of vehicle have to do with the most DUIs? Chief Transportation Correspondent McKay Beeler here with a surprising connection on all of this.
Yeah,
McKay.
something to think about.
Yeah.
So if you like your liquor, do you know when you've had one too many?
Usually I kind of do, but no, it's usually too late sometimes.
Yeah, well, having a designated driver, that is the only way, the only safe way to hit the road. But for boozers who risk driving tipsy, exceeding legal limits may park them behind bars or, worst case scenario, in a cemetery. And those legal limits, well, they vary from state to state and around the globe. So.
Yeah, we all know drunk driving, that's illegal, of course,
Yeah.
but what about exactly defines being drunk?
Okay, so it depends on how much you weigh and how much alcohol is in your blood system. So most countries say you cannot get behind the wheel when the concentration of alcohol in your blood, and that's best known as BAC, is 0.05% or more. But a few countries enforce a limit above that, and the United States is one of them. So the limit here is set at 0.08%. Recent data shows the U.S. has 13,500 drunk driving deaths every year. 2022 numbers reveal 460 alcohol-related deaths in North Carolina and 474 in South Carolina. Driving simulator tests reveal people perform worse with any amount of alcohol in their system, and a study reported that drivers with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.05% were 38% more likely to crash than sober drivers.
Wow, interesting information there. So why does the U.S. have such a higher legal limit for the threshold for drunk driving as compared to a lot of the other countries?
Well, it's a simple answer. It's really not a good one, but probably hospitality industry businesses, well, they worry that if there are any new rules that come out, that could hamper alcohol sales and hurt restaurants and bars. But the National Transportation Safety Board has backed a change to hopefully one day lower it.
Yeah, big money involved, but also, of course, safety is the big concern. But you've been looking over some data today. What does the type of vehicle have to do with if you're being pulled over for DUI?
Yeah, you might think it's a muscle car,
yeah,
or one of these fancy sports cars or something, but believe it or not, first of all, nearly 1 million DUI arrests are made every year, so we're talking about a lot of people. Many of the cars involved are family-sized vehicles, according to a new report by Insurify, the soccer parent minivan, along with SUVs, are on the list of the top car models with the most DUIs in 2024, with the Buick Envista ranking #1 on the list.
It's interesting that it is the minivan, because it is kind of surprising data there. But I guess that is, if a lot of people are going out and taking a lot of people with them in the minivan or something like that. Best practices, though, tonight, obviously, don't drink and drive.
Yeah, and designated driver. And if you don't have a designated driver you can trust, who's not going to drink, that's happened to me before, call an Uber, get a ride share, a Lyft. And I know you were saying earlier it's expensive on New Year's Eve, but imagine the expense of going to jail or killing somebody, God forbid.
Absolutely.
Or being in an accident.
Be responsible if you are heading out tonight.
Yeah, be safe, have
spend
fun.
the money if you have to, especially with some sort of Uber or Lyft or with some other kind of ride share or designated driver.
Yeah.
Always be safe. All right, McKay, thanks. You have a good New Year's yourself.
Happy New Year.
And a toast to you
I'll
as
see you next year.
You got it.